going to trip. Look at that bird. Yeah,
the
see?
great crime movies of all time, the mid-90s, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro starring in it. Rihanna, despite all the Italians here, so she's never watched The Godfather. John Aragazzo, everybody can really talk about it. Now, when I bought my first house in the 90s, I realised I had to service an original. I had to sell my car, and I didn't buy a TV. So a lot of the shows that people watch back then, like Old, Friends, or Seinfeld, I just never watched. And I know I can watch them now, but I can't be bothered.
Does this affect you socially when people are talking about key moments in? I mean, you're already pretty awkward socially
I'm
anyway.
in a chat group with two guys who make so many Seinfeld references.
Simpsons? Have you watched The Simpsons?
Not much. And I just because I didn't have a TV, I didn't feel like I was missing out. Like, it's hard to imagine these days not having a TV. We didn't have streaming or computers or mobile phones. We had nothing back then. Just dinosaurs and everything was in black and white.
Can I just check some other things you may or may not have seen, just to calibrate? Have you seen 50 Shades of Grey? No. Have you seen any of the Bridget Jones movies?
Only the first one. Right. I was invited to the most recent one. I said no.
So you clearly hate love by not
No. It's just movies like that. It's like a middle-aged women thinking they can have a relationship with a much younger man, which in some cases does happen. What about you, John? What have you
There is one
not
more.
seen that everybody else has seen?
Well, Tom Action's not my bag.
No?
So pretty well anything that's got Stallone in it.
But in your actual life, you like action.
Well, I don't know. There's no real action going on in my life. So anything with Stallone, Schwarzenegger.
Really?
Yep.
See, I wouldn't
Steven Seagal, like Under Siege, any of them. I just find those films
Tedious.
Predator, Rambo. I haven't seen Rambo. No, I've seen bits of Rambo. I know what Rambo is.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen the whole film.
But see, I
I love the reaction to when someone says you're joking, and it's all up to you. You know you're being judged. You're being judged.
see when
I am being judged.
when I was at university, I had posters of Sylvester Stallone's Rocky
I've seen Rocky, of course.
and him as Rambo,
Never seen Rambo.
and a number of Arnold Schwarzenegger characters. And to think that you didn't understand this or go and see it, I find extraordinary.
Take it. You need to take it. Those sort of, I just
Liam
can't.
Neeson.
I can't do those.
My daughter and I go
It's silly to me.
tomorrow night. My daughter and I are watching Taken together. She's fascinated by the movies that we used to watch.
Well, Liam Neeson's in Canada, mate.
I don't. In fact, did you hear during the week we were talking about this? There's a section of the highway that they fixed because they're filming whatever movie Liam Neeson is shooting, so we can't get the potholes fixed on our road.
But couldn't we just get Liam to move around other parts of Victoria and then we would
This is the point. We pay Liam to drive around for the next 6 months. And the state government will fix
just
the
follow
whole
him
thing.
around?
Like, you know, when the Roman emperor used to walk in the room and they'd scan on rose petals in his park.
Yeah, well, it's similar to that. It'll fix it with asphalt.
It'll be a machine that's quickly fixing the
Is
potholes.
there a genre you can't do like horror? I'm a big giant scaredy cat, so I can't do horror.
I can't watch horror. So I saw The Shining when I was 12 at the local cinema. It was scared to Jesus out of me. And a year later, a friend and I went to see Poltergeist, which is a Disney film, I think.
Seem like
And that scared
Saudi
me.
Arabia.
Yes.
Yeah?
The last one I saw was I went to the cinema with a mate of mine to see Wolf
Big
It
farm.
doesn't sound great, but I think my head was in his lap for much of it. Just averting my eyes from
It's
what I
not
was
the
seeing.
gore, it's the suspense that I
It's
can't
the tension.
stand.
I don't need the tension.
Well, I want to do that.
I don't see those entertainment. Are we going to hear from Folk Thomas?
Yeah, 133 just a reminder, stock up on Hoyt's herbs, spices and pickled vegetables. Add extra flavour to your summer barbecues. Their products are available.
A lot of motors. Harley Davidson.
Products to give away.
Look at those fields.
What is
Going
something you
far.
haven't seen that just about everybody else has? Larice, good morning.
It's Good Morning Tom. I've never seen Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter.
Now that's interesting because I have seen bits of each, but I've not sat through the entire thing, and I found them both quite dull. So you and I are sort of on the same page here.
Yeah, way over my league.
Well, Maurice, then if we were to put the sorting hat on her, Tom, she'd be in Slytherin then. Which, if you haven't watched Harry Potter, you have no idea what I'm talking
It's like the house that they're in or something.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Look
John,
at that,
good morning.
Paddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen any of the cartoon movies.
Very
Like
beautiful.
Batman, Spider-Man, the Joker, or anything like that. The Hulk. I've never seen Star Wars
Yanni.
on TV or a movie. And I agree, I've never seen Lord of the Rings, and I've never seen the second half of the 1970 Grand Final.
And Johnny, you're joining us.
What about the last 5 minutes of the 1979 Grand Final?